Hi, I'm Sandy Genovese, and welcome to this episode of the Ellison Education video series. You know, I made a bulletin board that's just a little bit wild, and it's on the wall behind me. If you look at it, you can see that I've used the notepad alphabet to indicate the title. It's a jungle in here, and when I was teaching, some days it was kind of a jungle, but in a good way. And then if you look, it's populated with jungle leaves, and we're going to see how to do those, as well as anything that you might find in the jungle. So I've chosen butterflies, birds. If you look here, there's an iguana. I have a border at the bottom of giraffes. You probably have lots of die choices: elephants, tigers, snakes, lizards, all kinds of cool things that you could populate your board with. And this is where you have the kids really go to town. You give them the shapes and you let them do the embellishing. So let me show you a couple of options. Here is the die with the jungle leaves on it. And you'll start, I just cut a couple of different shades. The easiest thing is to just take your marker and go ahead and add the veining you'd like right on the leaf itself. You can also, if you look at this one, I cut it out of a couple of different shades of green, and I just freehand cut with scissors what would be the veins out of it. And then if I add adhesive to the back, and of course you would have more adhesive than this, and place it over the top of a darker shade of green, because it's been die cut, it's going to align perfectly. And then you would also add adhesive to the base. But you can see how you're going to get nice shading there. You can even take this portion, add adhesive to the bottom, the base side of this, and create the same effect just in the reverse, with the vein this time being the lighter shade of green. The kids will have fun doing that, but where they're really going to shine is when it comes to the animals. So I'll start over here with the iguana. What I've done is I've cut him out of blue and green, and then I've marked with a pencil the areas that I'm going to cut and trim away, these areas, and then I'll take the rest, those big chunks, place them back on top of the blue in order to get the effect that you see here. The only thing that I did additionally was I took a little hole punch and I punched out random holes just to give some texture, and I added with a larger hole punch a little detail there. But simply and easily he goes together, and I want to tell you, it's really cool. If you also look here, here's the giraffe. All I've done with the giraffe is just used a marker, and because it's a slightly deeper shade of yellow, it's easy to add texture. And I discovered that this yellow, when it's wet, it's darker. I wish it would stay that dark, but it actually lightens up a little bit. But the kids can add shading and add texture to the giraffe skin with a marker. Here is the bird, and you can see that I've done kind of a combination. I've got places where I've used marker to highlight his beak, and paper layering where I've used his feathers and his wing. And if you'll notice, the die gives you perforations, so it's easy to see where to trim away that wing. Where the beak is going to be is also marked with perforation. The kids will have fun decorating that. And then lastly, if you look at the butterflies, there's tons of butterfly choices. And I've got several on the board, but let me show you. This is just done with different color markers. I marked with black, and then I went back with a white pen and add dots. It really is fun and so simple. And this one is just cut out of purple, and then once again black and white markers to add the detail. You know, if you're looking for an idea that's just a little bit wild, you might try a jungle bulletin board.